I'm LaDonna Lockhart, and this is Max Combos. I'm here today with DeLaine Nick. DeLaine, I am so happy that you're here. You are a marketing strategist. I feel like even that doesn't even fully give way to everything that you are, but so happy to have you here, my girl. How are you?
I'm doing so great, and I just love you, LaDonna, and I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, it's a pleasure, genuinely. We connected earlier this year, and something that I have loved watching is the way that you interact and conduct yourself on LinkedIn. You really are such an expert in this field, and I feel like you have this very unique perspective of what companies, what individuals should be doing, but you talk a lot about authenticity and leadership. And I would love to hear some of your prime examples of what leadership in action looks like. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, well, it means a lot. Um, I learned a lot of lessons about leadership, and one thing that I have learned is that leadership, it's no longer in the boardrooms. It's no longer sitting at the ivory towers. It's no longer behind closed doors in those executive meetings. It's actually the little things. The little things are mattering the most now. Speaking of LinkedIn, I'll tell you a story. It was actually a story I put on LinkedIn, and it was wildly successful, lots of engagement. But it's no surprise, I live in Nashville. I live downtown Nashville with my little fur companion, Ruby. You've seen her on LinkedIn too. But in my neighborhood, there was a restaurant called Joe Muir. And if you're familiar with Joe Muir, it is a Detroit establishment, seafood restaurant, been around for many, many years. And it wasn't doing well in my neighborhood. Beautiful restaurant. I mean, stunning, fine dining, lobsters all over the walls. And I'm walking Ruby one day and I see this cyber truck that's rolling through my neighborhood with an American flag on it. And it got me really curious. I'm like, who is coming into my neighborhood in that loud but cool truck? And so I was talking to my friends at Joe Muir, and they go, "Oh, you didn't know? Kid Rock is now the main partner of this restaurant. And we're going to go through a rebrand, marketing signals up. And it's going to go from Joe Muir to Detroit Cowboy." And I'm like, wait, what? And I didn't know what to think of it at that time because I love Joe Muir. Okay. Well, I'm walking Ruby around the neighborhood, and there I see through the windows, Kid Rock is in the restaurant, and he's not pointing fingers at anyone. He's actually doing the work. He's hanging the pictures. He's putting the light fixtures up. And I saw him moving patio furniture, and he had a wrist, like he had a brace on his wrist, and he broke his wrist moving furniture. And I'm like, this man, I mean, we all know who Kid Rock is, okay? And if you don't know Kid Rock, you've been living under a rock. And so I go into the restaurant one night, and he's walking the floor. And of course, he's taking pictures with people, but he's talking to the customers. And not only is he talking to the customers, he's getting feedback from the customers. That's leadership. That's showing up. That's leading from the front. And that's doing the work. And in our space, in mortgage, we often overlook the people that are behind the scenes, that are doing the work, that are listening, that are solving problems, that are following through. And I think it's really important to elevate those strengths by naming them, celebrating them, and creating space for people to lead from where they are, not just from the title.
Yeah, I could not agree more. That is such a fun and perfect reflection of what it means to actually lead from the front, to be not just the face, but to be the person behind the actions. Yep. And I think that is so important right now. I could talk to you forever, and we are going to make this happen right now. So we're going to hop over. We're going to go do a Take It to the Max.
Right.
because we have just barely scratched the surface.
I
And
know.
you have so many amazing ideas that I feel like people need to hear and follow you. So, for anyone who is watching, make sure that you do connect with DeLaine on LinkedIn so that you can see her progression of posts. They really are so, so good. So, let's hop over. Let's go do that now. DeLaine Nick, you are a gem and a joy. Thank you so much for joining me here. And again, for Max Combos, I'm LaDonna Lockard.
For more on these and all of today's top stories, go to nationalmortgageprofessional.com.